Let me show you a set of 3 Leica lenses that you can buy for about 2000 euros or dollar based on where you live that will cover almost every possible scenario. I recently got the Leica SL3-S, which is filming me right now in OpenGate 6K. And that is my new main workhorse. Therefore, I needed to rebuild my set of lenses from the wide angles up to the teles. As of today, I'm still hunting for a few pieces here and there, and I'll keep you updated both here and on EG, so make sure to subscribe, to leave a like, to follow me there. But as of now, I'm pretty happy with what I have. Hi there, my name is Enrico and I'm a photographer based in Italy, and first thing first, I know if you get a Leica, you should invest in some good quality glass because Leica lenses are a huge part of the Leica look and of the Leica experience. However, out there in the real world, there are people like you and me who maybe found a super great deal on their first or second, like me, Leica body, and simply they want to join the club without breaking the bank or even try some new focal length without spending too much money in it. That being said, only one of these lenses is not a real Leica glass. I've got some ideas on what to buy, but for today let's start with the first cheap Leica lens. This is the Leica or Lights, probably Elmarit f2.8 version 3 made in Canada. This lens is from 1979 and I got one thanks to Gilberto Benni, which is the head of Leica Academy Italy, I guess. And I got this one in particular because he made a video on his YouTube channel about the version 2 of this lens, but I only found the version 3, so I just got the version 3. But mostly I bought it for roughly 500 euros, which is the same price in dollar more or less. I don't have any other direct benchmark to compare it with, and honestly I don't even care because this lens is fairly cheap, but the image quality is super solid. Plus it was designed by Mandler himself, so finding any flaw in this lens is really nitpicking. And to be honest, I haven't found any, except for the lens hood, which was made in plastic and I broke it almost right away, so I had to get a new lens hood. But it's not a huge deal, I guess. It cost me like 50 euros. But again, this is nitpicking. The lens is sharp, the lens works flawlessly, it's cool, it's small, it's f2.8. You might say that it's not f2 or f1.4. But in real life, except for minus situation here and there, I never shoot that shallow depth of field. First, because I don't like it. Second, because I mostly do street photography and I prefer to shoot from f5.6 or 7.1 up to 11 or 16 or 22 with some lenses. But as I was saying, the lens is sharp enough, I guess, but with a lot of character because, you know, vintage lenses and all that entails. Also, I'm actually planning to get a 35mm in the near future because I missed that focal length, but for now I can crop a bit with the 28 and get roughly the same results. I mean, if Fuji can do that with 23mm, I can't see why I can do that with 28. Now let's talk about the only non-Leica glass of this video, which is the Typoc Eureka 50mm f2. Yeah, f2. To be honest, I already had this lens. I didn't buy it because Typoc sent me this lens back then when I was still using Sony, and I never found any issue with this lens. This lens is super small. Actually, it's collapsible. Let me show you. So as you can see, it's a bit bigger, but it's fantastic. I love this lens. I love the render of this lens. I love the look of this lens. And this lens is also very sharp, but not that sharp, you know, like it can be a G Master or something like that. This lens is sharp, but it's reasonably sharp. And honestly, it's just very good. And I decided to keep this lens because first, as you might tell, I was on a budget. And second, I just really like this lens. But mostly I didn't want to spend money on a focal length that I already had. Anyway, this lens you can buy it new for maybe 500 euros or dollars, even less from time to time. A super bang for the buck, trust me. As for the 28 and other focal length, I do not own yet. In the future, I hope to upgrade to the Sumilux and Summicron version of those lenses and of those focal range, probably a 28 and 35 lux and Chron with the 50 and 90 and maybe even 75, I guess. But again, as you know, we are talking about super pricey pieces of gear. But again, if you are on a budget, these two set of lenses, the 28 and the 50, and if you are into street photography, will cover almost every situation you can think of, because 28 and 50 for street photography makes such a solid combo that will take you a long way. Now, the cherry on top, my favorite focal length at the moment and my favorite lens at the moment. And before you get mad, I know that this lens is not for street photography, or at least is not meant to be used on the street, on the traditional street photography approach. And this focal length is not mandatory at all, and clearly is not for everyone. Especially, I would say, if you use a Leica M with a rangefinder and not the MEV1 or the... how the hell you call it? The Visoflex. This is more of a portrait lens, which if you're into portrait is a great thing. You can just buy it right away because it's the cheapest lens you can think of, and it's probably the cheapest telephoto lens that you can buy. I don't know, but it's very cheap. But as I was saying, this lens has become my favorite one of them all, and probably of every lens that I've ever used. This is the Leica LMRC 90mm f4. To clarification, I had an 85mm on my Sony cameras for a long time, and I love that range. But to be used on a Leica or on a manual focus camera, because this lens is completely manual, you have to really like that range, and you have to really like the telephoto experience to use this focal length in manual focus, because it can be such a painful experience. Personally, I enjoy both the output but mostly the process. But let me tell you that this lens costs like 180 euros or dollars again. Even if you don't like telephoto lenses, it's a crime not to buy this lens. This lens is so good. I love the render of this lens. It has such a 3D rendering and 3D pop that I've never seen on any other lenses, even though I never had lenses, you know, like high-end lenses, but I've had lenses from 1,500 euros or dollars. But out of any lens that I've ever used, this one has the most 3D pop that I have ever seen for 180 euros. It's crazy. To be honest with you guys, I actually got this lens only because I needed a telephoto lens for my way of shooting and for my way of taking pictures on the street. Using teles is a huge part of what I do, so I bought it just because it was cheap. Therefore, at first I just picked up the cheapest I could find, but let me tell you, I've been literally blown away by it. Actually, there are other options I'm considering, like the R lineup, because Leica also made back then a set of SLR camera and lenses, which are very cheap, considerably cheap, more or less, that you can buy for like 200 euros or dollars up to even $1,000 based on where the lens has been produced and how the lens has been produced and all that stuff. And you can find pretty much every focal length you can think of. There are also zoom lenses like the 28-70 or the 35-70, and I'm actually considering so bad to get one sooner or later. There's only one thing that is stopping me to get one immediately, because let me show you. The R adapter on mirrorless cameras are huge. Honestly, by no means I'm saying that it's bad at all. It's just bigger than what I want and what I need. Therefore, for now, I'm sticking to the M lenses, but as I told you, I'm planning to get R lenses soon. But I'm nitpicking. Anyway, I hope you found this video helpful. If so, let me know your thoughts in the comment. Let me know which lens you want to get. Thank you for making this far. Please consider subscribing and leave a like for the algo. Follow me on Instagram, and I think that's it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.